One of the readings that would keep coming back to me over and over again was the reading about the rich young ruler who asked Jesus, he said, "What good deed do I need to do to have eternal life?" So he was framing it as, what do I need to do to get something? And Jesus said, obey the commandments. And he said, yeah, ever since I've been young, I've followed those commandments. And then Jesus said, but to be perfect, sell everything that you have, right? And follow me. And the rich young man couldn't do it. And Jesus was very sad. And so I've always wondered, if I came to that point, would I be willing to do it? I grew up in the Philippines. There were 5 of us, 5 kids, and my father was an honest civil servant, which means that we didn't really have much growing up. We were comfortable, but we didn't have much. But then he passed away when he was 41 years old and left my mom at 39, a widow with 5 kids. And so we had to really scramble to survive. I was fortunate to be able to study abroad, studied economics and computer science, and then ended up working for McKinsey's, which is a management consulting firm. Worked all over the world, worked in 29 different countries. Along the way, I met Missy, so I had to make a detour to Texas. She was based in Texas. We got married. Soon after, we moved to Hong Kong. Opened up the China offices, India offices, Southeast Asia offices for McKinsey's. But my intention was always to come home to the Philippines. A traveling McKinsey lifestyle is not conducive to having young kids. So I moved to the Philippines in 2000, and at that time joined Ayala Land, which is a real estate company. We build cities. That was really my corporate career during what I would call the second quarter of my life, the 20s to 40s. At the personal level, my own personal values would have been resume values. What's good for my resume, what's good for my career, what's good for my credentials, that's what I valued. Money, power, influence.
His body, his stress was already taking its toll. And health was starting to fail. He wasn't sleeping. So we knew something had to change. We couldn't continue in that trajectory.
God is a God of closing doors and opening doors. But it's so hard to let go because we had so much. We had one of the biggest malls in our area. 500,000 people go through there every day. 500,000 per day. It was bombed. Hundreds of people were injured, more than a dozen people were killed. And that was the time when I said, okay, I don't know how to play this game. At the same time, at the church, our pastor, Pastor Joey, had a whole series saying, get out of your boat, go somewhere else.
Take a risk. It was like 4 weeks in a row in a series of Sundays. It was like God was talking straight at us. Take courage. I'll be with you. Jim and I felt that if we do not respond, it would be disobedience. We had to come united and decide whether we were going to leave big business and take the risk. And it was a big risk.
At the beginning, we really had no idea, what to do. One way to look at poverty is that the potential is out there, but the poor, they don't have access to the things that they need in order to reach their potential. No access to electricity, no access to proper education, no access to healthcare, no access to livelihood. And so it really became a question of how can we provide access? And that's one of the reasons I chose energy, because everything needs energy. Schools need energy, clinics need energy, your computers, your water pumps, right? Irrigation, everything needs energy. And so energy sort of became a platform. Because my background at McKinsey's was the energy industry. And I always understood the relationship between energy and development. And if you study the Philippines, we have over 115 million people here. 80% of the poor live in rural areas. And so if I'm gonna do work with the marginalized poverty sector, I needed to go rural. And when you go rural, one of the things that you see right away is that many, many people don't have access to electricity and light. Our clients' average income about $200 a month for the whole household. So nobody can afford a $100 system. But the thing is, the moment they have it, and we've done research on this, they're saving money because they're not spending on kerosene anymore. They're also saving on cell phone charging. So to charge their phones, they have to trek into town, plug it in, and pay money for that. But more excitingly, they actually would earn extra. So if you have light at night, then you're able to keep your store open at night, and so you get more income. Or if you're making baskets or you're weaving, you can have more output because you can work overtime at night. And so we saw that our clients also earned about $30 more per month on extra income. They would save about $10 on fuel and charging. So $40, and their income is $200 a month, right? So that's a big increase. We then partnered with development-oriented, faith-based microfinance partners. And from there, then people could then have light and electricity, which would lead to better educational outcomes. Their grades go up. They cough a lot less, so health outcomes.
Everyone then who hears these words of mine and does them will be like a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, but it did not fall, because it had been founded on the rock.
Sell everything that you have and follow me. I've always wondered, if I came to that point, would I be willing to do it? And to some extent, we did some of it when I first started as a social entrepreneur, but I didn't sell everything. We were using what we have. It was depleting, but at the end of the day, we still had a fair amount of security, especially our house, right? At the end of the day, that was my main security for the future, was that house. We did Journey of Generosity in November.
Yeah.
That's when I had the dream. And in that dream, the Lord said, "Are you ready to sell your house?" And it's funny, right? I never really thought about it, right? Because these are paradigms that are very powerful, and the house is my security. At the Journey of Generosity, it became a question of, you're now at this point, you've been obedient. Are you willing to go all the way? So it's quite interesting because our whole lives we were working with our kids to help them understand God's purpose for them, but also and get them ready for the world. So everyone has been going their own way. What's exciting about this for us as parents is this is something that will bring us back together. And then it's really the children that are gonna take the legacy, take what's been built, and use it to just continue to sow into the kingdom. So it's one of those things you're sad because you're losing something, but that's outweighed by your happiness. You are letting go of something. It's been such a happy home. It's funny because when some of our friends found out that we were selling it, they were so sad because like that's where we would all, there's so many memories in this place. And I think at the journey of generosity and through the involvement in the faith-driven movement, it became crystal clear that in our fourth quarter, because we turned 60, so 60 to 80 is the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter that we're being called, I'm being called not just to be a social entrepreneur, but to be a kingdom entrepreneur. That it's not just about maximizing social impact, helping people, but it's about maximizing kingdom impact. On that day, the Lord is going to ask, what did you do with your life? I gave you all of this. He put me in charge now of this big platform that we have that has 1 million solar users on its way to 25 million. What are we doing to share the gospel? And I was just convicted.
We said we weren't going to cry.
How do I use business to restore things to the way that God intended? How do we bring His kingdom here on earth? So do it the way that He intended. And fundamentally, that means that as a business, we are in relationship with many, many people, our suppliers, our investors, our customers, our partners. How do we be a blessing to each of them? How can they see us reflect the light of Christ? It's only very recently, it's really in the last 2 years that we've said, well, there's more than just helping people, there's actually sharing the gospel, right? And using business in order to restore things. God has a perfect plan. He has His timing. He's been very gracious, patient, waiting for me, encouraging me.
It's easy to say don't fear, but my big takeaway is actually build that community. Surround yourself with people who will walk with you so that when the fear comes in, they will pray with you. And they will too be amazed at how God is faithful.